You're listening to Thursday Night AMP on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
And I'm joined by two co-hosts and one producer, not all of whom are feeling well, but best regards to Killer Kev. Hopefully he feels better soon, and the same for the wonderful and talented Abby.
Yeah, blah, blah, whatever.
You did say you were in a mood, and you're not disappointing.
I'll try to get better.
Please
Just don't mention Tai Chi or Bobby Roode, and I'll be fine.
I'm still blaming Tai Chi for the fact you're feeling ill to begin with.
That, Tana's hair, something or other.
But hopefully feeling much better than everybody else on the show tonight is the one and only great Sudoku, Jason Harlan.
Hey, you know what Will Ospreay said to Shibata?
Just don't.
You're a fine chap, aren't you?
Oh.
Cheerio, motherfucker.
Exactly. I miss that Cheerio motherfucker forearm he used to do.
Well, I'm going to miss Seth Rollins for the next 8 weeks.
So that wasn't a work.
It might be 4 to 6 months.
Every time the diagnosis comes back, it's different. The last one I heard was partial tear of the MCL.
Yeah, that's what I heard and wrote up this morning, and they're thinking 8 weeks. WrestleMania is not definitely out for him. They're hoping he can come back with, rehabilitation and a brace, but they're worried it might be 4 to 6 months.
Yeah, even if he made it back in 8 weeks, that's cutting it awful close, considering he won't have been on TV any of those 8 weeks.
I mean, unless they keep him on television, but, they can't really build up a match if you can't get physical. Not the way WWE does things now.
No. Everybody's got to have a confrontation, and then they got to have a pull apart, and then they got to have a tag, and then they got to have another brawl, and then they got to have a contract signing, and that's got to turn into a brawl. That's the way they book these things.
Yeah, and leading up to WrestleMania, it's just, yeah.
So
I hate it for him, but,
Yeah, let's first address the situation of how we got to this point, because this didn't happen to him at the Royal Rumble. This happened on Raw on Monday night. So, Abby, you report on this shit every week. I'll let you take the lead explaining how he got hurt.
Why do you have to remind me I have to do Raw every week? Because I can't find a sucker who'll do it for me?
I'm not reminding you. I'm just making you the de facto expert.
Because I do report on it every week. Samoa Joe debuted this week as, I guess, Triple H's destroyer, and came out of the audience out from under the ring to attack Seth Rollins. And everything with the attack seemed to be going fine until they got in the ring and Joe went to put him in the coquina clutch, and Seth's foot caught funny on the ring mat, and you can hear him holler out, "Ow," as they go down. The video, you can see Joe asking, "Are you okay?" Seth saying, "I hope so." And it turns out he wasn't okay.
Yeah, just one of those really freak accidents. Yes. It looked like it basically caught as he was trying to turn to show that he was trying to get out of the coquina clutch, and then his foot just caught bad and his knee popped out.
Yeah, and at first everybody kind of thought this might be a work because WWE didn't report on it until Wednesday, and it happened after Raw. Joe was tweeting some stupid shit, and WWE was retweeting it. So that led everybody to believe that it was a work. Well, it turns out it's not.
I believe Joe's actual tweet was, "I delivered as requested."
There was that, and then he did a crying gif, an Alice in Wonderland crying gif about his mentions on Twitter.
Right. Basically playing up the heel part of, poor Seth Rollins, boo-hoo, cry me a river, buddy.
Yeah, and then WWE retweeted those. So a lot of people were thinking Wednesday morning, oh, this is a work. This isn't real. It's just a storyline leading in. And then, Seth tweeted out that he was in Birmingham and showed his knee all wired up and everything. So
yeah, and it's the same knee as before. That's the worst part.
Yeah, and, then Meltzer said it was true, and the Insider said it was true, Satin said it was true, and it was legit. So by the end of the day, we pretty much all knew that it was a legit injury, and then late last night it came out that it was the MCL is what everybody is saying it is.
Mm-hmm. So if they have to go to a plan B now, because Triple H, he still seems to want to appear in Orlando, Papa NXT has to be there in front of his NXT kids. So what's plan B? What are they going to do if Seth isn't available?
What can they do? I mean, they've built up to this since after SummerSlam when Balor got hurt. So what are they going to do? There's nothing logical at this point they can do.
The attempt at logic, which I'm not going to say is logical, but I'm going to let you run with the ball if I propose it, is that Triple H turns on Samoa Joe for actually going too far, and they feud with each other.
Yeah, but what sense does that make? I mean,
I didn't say
that's
it
not
made
logic.
sense. I didn't say
that's
it made sense.
Not even WWE logic.
I don't even know that that's anybody's logic.
That's TNA logic.
But it's the only idea I've heard proposed so far.
You went too far. I said kill him. I didn't say break his leg. I mean, it would have been fine if you'd murdered him, but by God, don't you partially tear a tendon? That just doesn't really fly.
So, what else is there? I mean, Finn Balor?
A promotional match. I don't know. I mean,
can Finn be ready in time for WrestleMania? Can he get the fight with Triple H?
Yeah, those tests he had to be cleared for the Rumble last week. He wasn't cleared. But why would he have a fight to pick with Triple H?
Because Triple H basically didn't pay him any due after he got hurt and let the Universal title be put on somebody else, so he's mad that he got overlooked and left behind.
But he didn't get overlooked and left behind because Dad screwed his former favorite son, who hurt his demon son, to give the title to his new favorite son.
Again, I'm not saying there's any logic in it. I'm reaching for ideas here, so help me out.
If WWE is smart, they will have a couple of interpromotional matches at Mania, and maybe Triple H can have one of those interpromotional matches.
Okay,
Since the rumor now is going around about Shane and AJ, no, don't do that. Put Shane and Triple H in the ring. They hate each other anyway in real life. Let them just settle it out there.
Sure, why not? I actually like that idea.
You got a built-in story right there with those two.
Plus, they're both middle-aged, so no harm, no foul letting them work against each other.
Yeah, and Shane's crazy. They can get a good match out of each other. There's the whole built-in Raw versus SmackDown story, the Authority versus, the family drama. It's all there to make a very compelling match that I think people would enjoy a lot more than seeing AJ be relegated to wrestling Shane.
Is this going to be the 2017 version of a McMahon in every corner?
If it comes down to Shane versus AJ or the McMahon family Days of Our Lives bullshit, give me the Days of Our Lives bullshit. Because I can go walk the dog during that and still come back and get a solid, phenomenal match from AJ with whoever they put him in the ring with.
Very true. Jason, what are your thoughts about this whole debacle that's emerged since Monday?
Yeah, one angle that I want to approach this from, and again, it's WWE logic not lining up with real world logic, but to me, it's sad that Seth Rollins got injured, but what is WWE thinking, bringing Samoa Joe out on free TV, debuting him there when you had one of the big four pay-per-views the night before? It would have been so much more impactful to bring him out at the Royal Rumble, get more people to subscribe to the network, but no, let's bring him out on Raw on free TV.
Well,
or is the tweet that I retweeted on Sunday night, it's the Samoan you want versus the Samoan you get, with a picture of Reigns on one side and Joe on the other.
Yeah, but look at it this way. What was more impactful, the way Joe debuted on Monday or a meaningless spot in the Royal Rumble match?
And some people would argue the bigger audience is Raw anyway. Maybe it makes more impact on pay-per-view, but more people see it on Raw.
Yeah, I mean, it made more sense for him to have a major role and storyline and angle going into his debut than just debuting at the Rumble to be eliminated by Roman Reigns.
I guess this sort of brings up the other problem, though, and I'll go to Jason first on this one. What do you do with Joe now? Because Joe would have apparently been feuding with Rollins until Rollins cleared that hurdle and got to Triple H. So now what do you do with Joe?
Which is a good question, yeah, on Raw. I'd like to see him go against Brock.
Short term or long term? Are you talking like a Mania match, or are you talking near future?
I'm talking in short term. Depending let's say you set it up short term for a Mania match. Depending on how well they work together in the ring, it could go long term. If they completely shit the bed, then abandon it and go some other direction. But yeah, short term. I mean, I think that's got impact. You got two big imposing guys there, two big impact players that you can put into a Mania match, and I think it would draw the attention of the fans. It would definitely be something different.
All right, Abby, is that the way you would go?
Brock and Goldberg's already set for the Universal title at Mania, so that's not going to happen.
Meh.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It is what it is. I don't know. I'd send Joe to SmackDown.
So wait, you're saying Brock versus Goldberg for the Universal title. Who's the Universal title on right now?
Kevin Owens. He's set to lose it to Goldberg.
Somehow he's going to drop it between here and there. Okay.
Fastlane, yeah.
Yay, a nothing pay-per-view.
Well, apparently not nothing now, because we'll all have to tune in to see Goldberg win.
Which is just completely stupid. I mean, why WWE? I don't know why WWE does this shit every year, but it just gets more and more ridiculous every year. I mean, with Joe, I don't know what you do. I mean, who do you put him with on Raw? Strowman and Reigns are working together through WrestleMania. Goldberg and Brock are going to be working together. Then you have Owens and Jericho that are going to be working together. Who do you put Joe with on the Raw roster? Titus O'Neil? I mean,
Cesaro.
No, because he and Sheamus are going to be working together.